Hello good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we're going to talk about what it's like for the average Joe to use the CV Hunting div, and we are also going to give you guys a quick update right now on the whole CV Hunting divs violating the game's EULA. If you want to know the whole backstory behind the whole EULA situation, please go watch the video put out on the 15th titled CV Hunting Divs Violate EULA. In that video, real quick, if you just want to know what happens, I just talk about a bit of a controversy that happened on Reddit and on Twitch, where the person who actually came up with the CV Hunting divs, he was streaming him and his clanmates from 07 using this strategy against CVs to great effect on stream. He was being a little antagonistic toward the CV players on stream too, and supposedly after he'd been doing this for some time, he got threatened with a EULA violation, and his clan was threatened to be removed from the Super Tester program. And in that video, at the end, I do say that I did think it was his behavior on stream and his behavior in-game that was violating the EULA, not the hunting div. And for those of you that didn't catch the updates I posted in the comment section, Wargaming did reply on the subreddit, and this is their reply. I'm just going to read straight from what I posted in the comment section, which is literally their reply copy and pasted. So they said, "Hey all, we understand that there has been some confusion, misinformation, or misunderstanding of our stance regarding CV counterplay tactics. In no way have we punished, censored, or otherwise shut down someone who is promoting tactical gameplay to turn the tide of a game. This is not something that we do. On the contrary, we want people to design new tactics for playing with warships. The meta should always be challenged, and players should take advantage of tactics in-game to try and win. However, what does go against our policy is actively advertising, encouraging, or engaging in gameplay designed specifically to grief another class of ships or players." Finally, there is a statement going around the community that a member of our volunteer program was removed for discussing tactics or playing as part of a specific configuration. This narrative is false. If a person was removed from our program, it is because they violated a policy of the specific program. Okay, now that's a bit of a vague statement, and if you read it and you're of the mindset that Wargaming is out to protect the CV players, I can easily see how reading that statement would further make you believe that, yeah, they're out to protect the CV players and you can't do this. But, however, it was later clarified in a forum post that, yes, this is okay, you can do the 2-kid, 1 Akizuki strategy and be fine. A post made by Hoppa on Friday. He said, "To be clear, we never told anyone that using tactics, mechanics, or divisioning to counter other mechanics or tactics was a EULA violation or a bannable offense, or that it would be moderated against if discussed, nor would someone be told not to do so on their stream. In fact, we have promoted this tactic in guides provided on our forums. However, verbal toxicity and personal attacks directed at players is a violation of our EULA and should not and will not be allowed." So there we have it. It was about his behavior on stream and not the tactic itself. So yes, you are good to go with the CV Hunting div tactic. Like I said in the first video I made covering this, I cannot see how you can possibly have a strategy game like World of Warships and say, no, you can't form anti-CV divs. That doesn't make any sense strategy-wise, and it was as I suspected, and it was about the players' toxicity toward other individual players on stream and in-game. So, there we have it. And do remember too, guys, that yes, some of his toxicity and his behavior was just on stream and not in-game, but if you are a member of the Super Tester program, there are certain guidelines that you have to follow. Like I said in the first video, they're very strict about who they let in and how you behave in-game, because you are kind of representing Wargaming at that point once you're a part of that program. So there you have it, guys. CV Hunting divs. You can go ahead and hunt all you want to your heart's content, but you can't be toxic and harass players in-game. Alright, moving on to my experience with using this. Now, you won't see any clips of it up right now as I talk. I'll play a clip here and there as I talk about certain things, but at the end of this section I will have full clips from stream when I was using it. Now the reason I'm not putting any up on screen right now is because in order to use this tactic effectively, you pretty much have to be on voice comms, and I don't want, you know, voice comms running in the background while I'm trying to explain stuff to you guys at the same time. So don't worry, I'm going to show you full clips from actually not Friday night stream, from Wednesday's night's live stream, in order to show you guys what it's actually like. All right, so right off the bat, honestly, for me, guys, this was really fun. It was challenging, especially for somebody who doesn't play a lot of destroyers. It was it's a new tactic. It's a new thing for me being a battleship main, because being a battleship main, every time I look at a destroyer, my reaction is something like this.
What is this? A ship for ants!
So needless to say that now being told, okay, you're going to have to do all this really tactical, sneaky type of strategies and playstyle, when I'm just used to being spotted 24/7 because I like playing battleships, it's different. And plus, if you actually look at my destroyer stats, your reaction will probably be something like this.
There we go, finally. Oh shit.
So for somebody who doesn't play a lot of DDs, it was a fun challenge. And I took with me 2 very good DD players from our clan, and even Addison from Peds. He came and helped me out a couple of times too. And it's a very challenging thing to do. It is not easy to do. Most of the clips and stuff that you've seen probably floating around YouTube are from Super Unicum players who know exactly what they're doing. But for the average DD player, it's much more challenging, but it is very, very, very fun. Because you have to, first off, either, 1, try to get to the enemy CV without being detected at all, which is very difficult to do in a CV game, and 2, if you can't sneak to them, well, then you kind of have to carve your way through the enemy team, which is, let's just say, adrenaline pumping for me at least. In one match with me, Mr. Pickles, and Kriller, we literally had to chew through a tier 8 cruiser, a tier 10 cruiser, and a tier 8 battleship within about a minute of each other in order to get to the carrier. And yeah, it was incredibly hectic, and it's just so much more fast-paced than what I'm used to, switching from battleships to destroyers all of a sudden for a 3-hour stream. So it's fun, and it's a challenge. Now, we had mixed results, honestly. I think we tried it 5 times. In the 5 attempts, 3 of the attempts we managed to sink the carrier, 2 of the attempts carrier got away. And in the 2 of the attempts where the carrier got away, the carrier just did, honestly, pretty simple maneuvers to escape. And by simple, I mean he just plopped a point down on his map for his autopilot to sail to. And honestly, guys, that's all you have to do to avoid this CV Hunting div. You just have to move your carrier. The 3 times that we caught the carrier, either they were moving too late or they didn't move at all. In fact, one, when we got up to him, all he did was just throw it in reverse, and that didn't help him out any. And the thing is, too, now, the strat's really popular, so there's a good chance that like 80% of the time that you try this, people are going to immediately recognize what's going on and just try to shut you down. And that happened to us a lot. I think out of the 5 attempts, 2 of the attempts, nobody realized what was going on before it was too late. But in the other 3 attempts, people knew exactly what was going on, and they tried to stop us. But that's part of the challenge too, and it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. But at the end of the day, are you guaranteed to get the CV? No, of course not. It does take a lot of skill. It does take a whole lot of communicating between you and your teammates in order to pull this off. But if you do pull it off, you will give your team a huge, huge advantage over the enemy team. And that's the whole point behind this strat. Now, there's certainly an argument to be made of, well, you're depriving your team of 3 DDs while you do this. And yes, that is true. But again, I do believe that the trade-off of you're not going to have 3 DDs spotted. Well, actually, that you will be spotting, because good God, in order to get to the CV, you have to be pretty much behind the enemy lines. So you will be spotting the enemy team for your team while you're doing this, except when you're smoked up. But you are providing spotting for your team. But yeah, you're not capping. You're not, especially in the kid, you're not providing your entire team with AA support. However, what we did find was that the second that CV figured out what was happening, you were his main target for the rest of the match. And one of our attempts, between the 3 DDs, we shot down around 110 planes in one match. Because the 2 CVs, a Tier 8 and a Tier 6 CV, they realized what we were doing, and they pinned us down for that match. So for the entirety of that match, we were distracting the 2 CVs from our team. Sadly, we still lost, but, I mean, that's a huge, huge, huge burden off of your team if you're distracting the CV for pretty much the entire match. So there are pros and cons to having a triple DD div go off and hunt the CV down. I do believe that the pros do outweigh the cons, personally. But again, just for some teams, like we've seen before, it doesn't matter what you do, you're just not going to win sometimes. And that's pretty much what we found out here too. We'd sink the CV, team would still lose. We'd sink the CV, the team would win. It's really weird because, you know, you give your team that huge advantage, but sometimes it's just like, how are we losing? We took out the Lexington, or, you know, whatever CV it was, and team still loses somehow. Even though you have a triple DD div, and if you pull it off right, you should all survive. And that triple DD div can now run amok because there's no more CV spotting them. They're behind the enemy line, so you can absolutely tear it up then. Because if you have good enough coordination to pull this off, you can pretty much focus fire down any ship you come across. I mean, one of the Tier 10 cruises we had to chew our way through to get to the CV one time was a Des Moines. And with 2 kids and an Akizuki, we managed to melt him down pretty quickly. And it was pretty fun, pretty satisfying too, having that level of coordination, being able to pull it off. So yeah, the average Joe can pull it off, but you probably won't have the 90% win rate that BFK and 07 were having on stream. But yeah, it's a fun strategy. I say if you have 2 buddies that have Kid and Akizuki, go ahead and try it out. Make sure you use voice comms. Make sure you focus fire. You chain your smokes. You use the Kids and the Akizuki's strengths or weaknesses to cover each other's strengths and weaknesses as well. And you can have a good time. It was honestly some of the most fun I've had in this game in quite some time. So yeah, it seems to work quite well. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let the clips play from stream right now. So if you want to see how that played out, sit around and enjoy them. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20,000 subs now, thanks to you guys. We just passed 16,000, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. An update on the giveaway contest. Winner has been selected. I messaged them in-game. Yesterday, I'm waiting for a reply, so he's got one more day to reply to me. If he doesn't, then I'm going to go ahead and select another winner and message them in-game. So make sure if you did enter that contest, go check your in-game messages to make sure that you don't have a message sitting there waiting for me from a couple of days ago. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy the rest of the clips. Yep. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, you done messed up.
I did.
Wonder if that's
shoot down the spot.
though. Not really.
No. It's okay, Fuso. I'm not really here.
Did he dodge? He did.
Oh, I'm hard spotted. What?
Oh, he's dodging right into my torps.
Oh.
It's gonna take maybe. If I'm lucky. I'm done.
Alright, I'm gonna open up on the Kiev, I think. Yeah. I'm hard spotted.
I'm gonna pop smoke.
I'm just gonna beeline with the CV.
Fine. We'll be there in a moment. Oh man, he threaded that. Makes me sad.
We got some torpedoes.
Just turrets, torpedoes.
Yeah.
Probably take care of the CV by myself. And the CVS went through joint. This dude's backing up.
Who? The Raijo? Oh no. Poor fella.
HE Citadel.
Alright. Let's proceed.
Let's go.
Bye, Kiev. You can have B. We'll be back. Man's in reverse. Couldn't even bother to turn his ship around.
Gelsonier's coming.
Yeah.
Should we finish him first?
Yeah, or else he's just gonna pick us apart.
Alright.
Torpedoes, astern.
Oh, that's a... I think he's just realized what's happening. Oh my god. French armor. Dang. Dang, nice.
Ooh,
Nicely done.
Nice. Alright, let's turn around. Let's actually help the team now. I think.
No, he's trying to throttle juke. And
I think we should probably go around the left side of sea. Because right now, I don't know that the Neptune thinks we're coming.
thing is, the
Please
second
be
that the
ready,
Neptune
friendly.
smokes drops, I mean, I think
Yeah,
we'll be
spotted.
yeah.
But I mean, if we touch C, the Lexington gets spooked immediately.
Yeah.
So just don't touch C.
I have smoke. Oh,
Yeah.
you radar.
Who did? Uh-oh.
Oh, am I gonna get a torpedo?
Need to finish him. Finish him. Switch to AP if he turns broadside to you.
Roger. Sorry, Kriller. I had to do it.
He's dead.
Alright, let's go, CV.
Alright. Jig is technically up, so let's go.
They're pretty much all gonna turn around after this. Mine's is very...
Yep, I'm already under fire. I didn't get into the smoke screen.
Should we try and the mines should be dead here in a moment.
That would be nice. We lost our Colbert. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
That A flank is gone.
Well, I think we made it.
Are you streaming?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Probably need you to paddle faster.
Giving me a boost, that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah, bump draft, 100%. Go Gadget AA.
Oh yeah, congrats on 200 people on the stream.
Thank you.
I'd probably shoot the TV.
I can't hit him yet, but the mass is
The mass is an issue.
Oh yeah, there's some mass.
So let's kill the mass first.
Hey, Sealord, do you have smoke left? Or
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, can you pop?
please? My health's getting pretty low. Between the DM and the mass.
I'll go out and spot.
Hit flood and a fire on the mass. Looks like he's not damaconing.
Oh, no one needs to spot. Made it easy for us.
Whoops.
Radar.
After this, focus down to one. Then the CV's ours.
Hi, Des Moines.
I'm gonna die here.
Now they should be shifting to me.
Nope, I have
Nope.
1,000.
Can we get an F in the chat for pickles?
F in the chat for pickles. Pop your DFA if you got it.
Holy cow. I think I took 3 bombs there. His radar has to go down soon.
It's been okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's down. It's down. I'll spot you melt, and I'll melt and try not to die. Oh God!
What coal ship do you recommend?
Pretty good at flying.
I'm trying to live right now.
Just asking questions in chat.
Like Georgia. Georgia's not coal. Bomber
Georgia
probably.
is
Georgia is coal.
Oh yeah, then Georgia. Yeah, 100%.
well, Thunder, then Georgia, then
Yeah.
Palmer. Maybe Yoshino in the mix.
Salem too.
Oh, Salem if you do competitive at all.
Yeah, my rudder's down.
Hydra.
This is awkward. Die!
84 health.
Thank you.
I did.
And goodbye,
Torpedo.
Super.
Oh, I almost made that. Krilla, the oh, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh, God.
All that.
Lex just kept hitting you with guys with DBs.
Yeah, he took 5k off me. Just,
Yeah, he I think he hit me and Krilla both directly with half of his flight.